Okay, so this is how to customize an Orange Slice rubric so that you can have the content you want inside your rubric instead of the content they want. So I'm in my Google Classroom right now, but I'm going to start in my documents, and I'm creating a new document for my students to work on. So I just use Google Docs, which is what Orange Slice works with. So, and I always number my assignments, so this would be 025. And then I usually, even though obviously in Google Classroom it records students' names and you already know who they are, I'm teaching them to write their names on the paper, so I write at the top here, student name, homeroom, if I have students. And then I would write the question right here, so this is my question. And then the students could respond. Okay, so then I want to go ahead and add a rubric using Orange Slice, which if you don't know how to do that, you can go back to it. There's another video that shows you how you can add this in. So I'm going to do what I always do, which is click Score Rubric. Let me move myself out of the way. And I almost always choose Great, Good, Average. And then this is where you would normally pick your categories. Instead of picking your categories, you go all the way down to the bottom and there's a blank row. And you just select that all by itself. Go ahead and create your rubric. And you'll see that it's just going to put a row in here. So what you need to have done ahead of time was I went into my Google Docs and I created in Sheets. It's really important that you create it in Sheets. I created the write-on that I wanted. So I just typed all of this up. And so now I have the rubric that I want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to highlight. I'm going to select all. Computers, the internet's being a little glitchy this morning. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll do it the other way. I'll highlight it. So I'm going to start up here and highlight the whole thing and copy it. So I just copied it. And now I'm going to go back to the new document that I had created. And in the very first box, I'm going to do Control V for paste. And now it has pasted in my rubric. So now I have the rubric that I want inside my Orange Slice rubric. So, and then you can just use it. So then I would move on to the next step, which would be to assign the number of points total that I want for it. And again, you can choose to have those weighted. So be sure that you don't skip the next step, which is to create what the score would be. I did that with the rubric recently, and you can still use the rubric, but for every student you have to go in, say what the total number of points are, and then click Finish, and then you can go back and open Orange Slice again, and then you can grade the rubric. So it's an extra step that really slowed me down. And it'll highlight it just like always, so it becomes a completely functional rubric. And it looks like when I copied it, I didn't have all the sections, the lines in, but I think it's because of the way I copied it. But it totally works. I've used it a lot, actually. So I just went through and created rubrics for each of the things I needed. This is specifically for my reading class, so it's a write-on rubric. It's how I can measure whether or not they have a 100-point answer. I just created one this morning for when I'm grading their vocabulary table, which I've started using a table for their vocabulary. So the only step that I'm going to have to repeat each time is pasting this in. Orange Slice doesn't store anything, so you have to just paste it in each time. But just, keep a file with your rubrics that you're going to use, and you're good to go.